I asked viewers to share this video. This is Aaron1912. I have researched the Titanic with colleagues across Northern Ireland for nearly 40 years, but unfortunately, the community is heavily influenced by those who just want to exploit it for money. I am aware that there was a guy who spread false information, and I have already reacted to him, and hopefully some of you have shared that video. That is not what I believe, and the survivor accounts that I presented are not fake, and they're not taken out of context. Sadly, the majority never had the sense to fact check before they reacted, and as the years went by, they trolled false information. And I have already reacted to that guy who can't even find Northern Ireland on a map of Ireland. It just goes to show how ignorant these people are. None of them would allow my comments to be shown because they wanted to deliberately manipulate their viewers for clicks, to sell merchandise, and for money. They're not your friend, they're salesmen. My interest is to research, present, and preserve exactly what the survivors had said, and entirely for free. And over the years, I presented studies regarding many aspects of the sinking, and I ask viewers to do their best to get that ridiculous and extremely offensive video taken down. In 2009, I showed the Titanic listing to port because that is what the survivors had said, and it is easy to understand how. And for years, they argued that it was physically impossible because the iceberg had struck the starboard side. I had showed the Titanic writing and the funnel falling to starboard because that is what the survivors had said. For years, people argued and called it my theory, and that it was physically impossible for the ship to right itself. They are the ones who do not understand physics, just as the previous generation refused to believe the ship broke, and dozens said the forward end bounded up again. It's not a theory, it is the survivor accounts, and it is easy to understand how. The air is pushed forwards. They were there. You don't have to agree with them, but they do exist as a point of reference, and I presented exactly what the survivors said with all sources provided. And so I ask viewers once again to do your best to get that ridiculous and extremely offensive video taken down. It is an insult to those of us in Northern Ireland who do the research. Thank you.